All right, let's get right into it. When you think about digital security, you probably think about, having a strong password, maybe some antivirus software. But if you're a professional athlete, a coach, anyone in the public eye, that standard stuff is just not going to cut it. We're talking about a completely different world of protection, where a single wrong click can threaten an entire career. This isn't just about privacy, it's about mission-critical defense for a life lived under a microscope. This quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of the problem. Your biggest risk isn't some super complex Hollywood-style hack. Nope, it's that false sense of security you get when you think you've already done enough. The very moment you let your guard down and think you're safe, well, that's when you become the most attractive target out there.
So, this leads us to a really important question. Why should you invest in this kind of professional-grade protection when everything seems fine? You don't see any warning signs, no weird logins. It's the paradox of real security. You have to act before there's a problem. Getting this mindset shift is absolutely the first step to building a defense that actually works.
Now, take a look at this. This is how a real breach usually happens. It's not a loud smash and grab that's over in a day. An attacker gets in on day one, and then they do nothing. They just sit there, quietly. For months, they can be siphoning off your private messages, your financial info, even tracking your daily routines, all without you having a clue. By the time you finally notice something is wrong, the damage is already done. It's a long, silent bleed out.
So what does that damage actually look like? It's really easy to think of a hack as just an inconvenience, right? You reset a password, you get locked out of an account for a bit. But at a professional level, the consequences are catastrophic. We have to stop thinking about it as just a hacked account and start looking at the real-world cost of a total security failure. This is the chain reaction. It's a domino effect. It starts with just losing access to your accounts, which, honestly, can paralyze your day-to-day operations. That immediately hits your wallet. Endorsement deals get put on hold, revenue stops. From there, it just cascades into permanent damage to your reputation and can even end in legal trouble from broken contracts or NDAs. You can see how each step just makes the next one worse. And here's the bottom line. The financial stakes are absolutely massive. Your endorsement deals, they're built on really strict clauses about your public image. A single nasty post from a hacked account or one private message leaked to the media can be enough to trigger those clauses and make a multi-million-dollar contract disappear, just like that. The cost of proper security is always less than the loss from one terminated sponsorship. So what do we do about all this? Well, it means we have to approach defense with a totally different mindset. It's time to stop treating digital security like it's an insurance policy. Something you only use after a disaster strikes. Instead, we need to treat it like structural engineering, building a foundation so incredibly strong that it can withstand just about anything. And you can see the two approaches right here, side by side. On the left, you've got the reactive model. That's what most people do. You wait for a crisis, then you scramble. It's all damage control and cleanup. But the proactive model on the right, that's all about engineering. It's about building your digital life with so much foundational strength that a crisis never even gets off the ground. You're reinforcing the whole structure long before the storm ever shows up. Okay, so what does this proactive engineering actually look like in practice? It's not some secret, complicated technique. It's really built on proven, industrial-strength security principles that have been adapted for the unique life of a high-profile person. Let's break down the core pillars of that protection. The first and most important principle is called zero trust. Now, the old way of thinking was all about building a strong wall around your stuff. Zero trust throws that out. It works on one simple, powerful assumption. Every single connection is potentially hostile. It doesn't trust your Wi-Fi at home any more than the public Wi-Fi at a coffee shop. Think of it this way. Instead of just having a lock on your front door, you have a security checkpoint at every single door inside your house. Nothing gets a free pass.
The second pillar is device hardening, and this goes way beyond just installing an antivirus app. Hardening is the process of reconfiguring your phone or your laptop at its core level for maximum security. We're talking about disabling features you don't need, forcing military-grade encryption, and tightly controlling what's even allowed to run. It's literally like adding layers of digital armor directly onto your devices.
And pillar number 3 is the principle of least privilege. Because let's be honest, a lot of times the biggest vulnerability isn't you, it's the people on your team. This principle is simple. You give people the absolute minimum access they need to do their job and nothing more. Your social media manager needs to post for you? Great. They get access to the posting tool. They do not get your DMs, they do not get your email, and they certainly don't get your contacts. This one rule dramatically limits the damage if one of their accounts gets compromised.
Okay, I know these concepts can feel a little abstract, but the philosophy behind them can be put into practice right now, today. So let's translate all of this theory into one concrete defensive move that you can make that will immediately and dramatically improve your security.
This is it. Your first move. Isolate your core digital identity. The process is straightforward. First, create a brand new, private email address. Second, use this email only for your most critical accounts. Think banking, financial services, all those account recovery logins. Third, you're going to secure that account with a physical hardware key. And finally, and this part is absolutely crucial, never ever share this email publicly or link it to any of your social media accounts. This single action builds a massive firewall around the heart of your digital life.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It really boils down to this. In your physical world, you invest in security, right? You have alarms, secure homes, maybe even a security team. You don't think twice about it. It's time to start treating your digital life with that exact same level of seriousness. The question really isn't whether you can afford professional, proactive protection. The real question is, can you afford the fallout from not having it?